Hello. Let's do this. Let's see, what am I working on here? I think it was transmutation. We're making transmutation actually damage an entity. Let me in! I think with this update, everything starts up nice and clean. Come on! Takes forever. There we go. Oh, whoops. That's right. I killed it. So... Alright, let's pull up particles. I think I finally need to expand this section. Transmutation. Here we go. So what should the damage be? I'm thinking, so transmutation is a sphere and the particles kind of go towards the center. Let's take a quick look at that. So we have the outer and we have the inner particles. This is on completion. Copy. Here, let's go right into the particle system, right at the bottom. All right, and now let's go back into here. So it should be right in here. So I'm gonna need the position. I think I need all of these. Actually, not this last part. This would be player. And this wouldn't be selected entity dot position, right? Because I need... So, okay, so this is going to be the first change that I have to make to this stuff here. Instead of a block position, this needs to be a vector 3D. And that's going to be target position. And then these two things... Copy, paste, and... paste. And this needs to be a vector 3D. This is the same thing, vector 3D. There we go. Now I can just strip that part out, right? Because I don't need to do a translation anymore because I'm just putting in the raw info. Wait a minute, why do I feel like I shouldn't... Oh, wait, I shouldn't be modifying these. Here we go. So let's get rid of everything in spell base. In here is what I need to modify. So try spawn transmutation particles, right? So this needs to be a vector 3D. I might as well copy that. Paste. 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 There we go. Now I can go a little further down and get rid of this translation. And same thing here. So this should create the transmutation-like finishing particles. Cut. I'm going to want to send this packet. And now I can go into the particle system. Here we go. Under transmutation. And instead of calling that stuff, it would be this. And I would need entity in dot world. Do I have something for player? I don't think I do, so I'm just going to put in entity there. Actually, I need the entity player. I may have to modify that a little bit. Come on, I just need the root method here. There we go. Okay, spell effects. I have entity. Am I getting anything about a player? I don't think I am. Right, that's meditation insight. That's casting transmutation. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to change a couple things. Alright, so let's go back into here. Let's take a look at this one first, right? So, player. What am I using player for? So I'm just getting world. Getting world there, getting world there. So I don't need player in this. I should replace this for I world accessor, and then I could just do world in. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And basically, I'm just going to replace that. That. Multi-line select, paste that in. And then do the same thing in this method. There we go. Multi-line select, paste. Miss the last thing, right? And instead of player in for here, it's just going to be world in. There we go. So that should recreate particles. We have to come back into here, right? So I need world. We no longer need that, right? So I just need the world and the target position, and then I can create any of the particles around the point of impact. Excellent. And I don't see the selected entity, right? But this would be entity dot. Is it entity? Entity in, right? Entity. Oops. Entity in dot position. And that's an entity position. Then I have to do dot as, nope, to maybe it's not that. That's a vector 3F. I think it's just X, Y, Z. There we go. There's the vector 3D. Yay! All right, let's shut down the game because it's going to be very unhappy with all the methods and everything we just put in. We're going to rebuild, hop in, and then we're going to try the new transmutation damage. Transmutation's growing up. It's all grown up. Do, 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 do. Let me in. Man, it's crazy that it's already Sunday. I think this I think I'm gonna be taking some time off this week. Be able to just like mod or play games or I don't know. Do something. Man, do you guys anyone see the new Arc expansion that came out? Man, that has been like negatively reviewed, like hardcore. Hey, Elder, come play EQ Legends. I am waiting to see what people think of it. So that was what I would expect, but see, it's doing it at the point that I'm looking at. No, actually, oh god, it's hard to tell. These hitboxes on creatures are freaking ridiculous. Have you been playing EQ Legends, Oder? Let's make a nice little pit. There we go. The fuck was that? Did you see those particles? What even is that? I mean, it looks kind of cool, but what the hell? Every day since beta started. So what would make someone play on it, right? What are the highlights? Are we talking like the same EQ1 world, the same spawns, but like you're just kind of creating a new character in the same world? Is the world different at all? Like, do class mixes work in this capacity? Does it still need work? Are there already, like, ridiculously OP kind of things? Like, is it meant to be more of a single-player thing? Because you can multi-class? So my particles are screwed. Let me, here we go. Let's get some temporal stability back. All right, so let's take a look at these particles here. Let's take a quick little peekaroonie. I really didn't expect it to throw particles in a beam-like line. There's something here that I'm not doing quite right. Maybe it has to do with velocity. Yes and no. Some stuff has been revamped and they're working on new content. We're getting Necropolis Castle from EQ2 eventually for 30 to 50. From EQ2? So Necropolis Castle is going to be like in an instance? 30 to 50. OP is subjective. Even with really good gear, it's still somewhat challenging to kill things. My level, on the lowest difficulty as DPS. So, okay, so they buffed, like, everything then. They're like, we're gonna give you more classes, but, you know, this, you know, decaying skeleton is now a raid boss. Good luck. Like, is that it? Hey, Lunatic, how you doing? Greetings! Started a new VS world with Rustbound magic. Nice. But I can power through stuff in more defense. In more defensive. I play in high DPS mode, so I'm super squishy. So what do you mean by mode? Is it like... Is your mode based on your class choices that makes you a super DPS, or is it like a stance? How you doing today? I'm doing all right. How you doing? Want to see some fun particles? Sending a beam out into space. No idea why it's doing that, honestly. Because it should be... You know what we need to do? Let's go back up to here. Let's see if it's, like, if it's just one of these methods that seems to have, like, runaway info. Alright, so what's this one specifically? Okay, that's a little different. So the inner and outer are both doing stuff. So it's around stances and invocations. So I could pick 3 classes, and then I can become like a tank in a stance, and then I can tank. So can I be like a wizard tank? Stances are like defense, offense, balanced, evasive. They have varying levels of pros and cons. Evasive is super powerful defense, but it uses endurance. So there's 2 ways to tank? Or is evasive supposed to be people who pull? Like pulls? Start off with 2 classes until level 10, then you lock in your primary class, and then you can swap second class and pick third. Wait, can you have one character and swap classes? Kind of like, because if you could do that, like, I probably will give it a try. Like, if I can have just one character, kind of like Final Fantasy, right? Final Fantasy 14, where I can be like, yeah, you know, you kind of equip your weapon, right? And you can become a paladin. But if I want to do like a summoner or something, I can just kind of switch and then pick up where my summoner class is left off. Violent Cities, you could swap classes, yes, but you're locked into the primary class till you beat Theo Sky, which is meant to be soloable. Okay, so you pick an initial class until you kind of do a gameplay loop of some kind. And then you can pick any other class. You can swap from it. So chances are you probably want to pick like a magician or something for your first. Right? Magicians, I mean, low-level magicians, right? Their pets are, like, way more powerful than they are. Right? Like, I remember being, like, a level 1 magician or level 2, and you're summoning a pet that's, like, red to you. What's this game you're talking about? We're talking about the new EverQuest Legends that they're coming out with. Pets are not that powerful? Well, not anymore, right? They used to be that powerful. I remember that. Like necromancers. Necromancer pets were always kind of the same. They started off like maybe yellow to you, and then they kind of went white, and then they kind of went blue. You know, they conned blue to you, right? And it seems like it was your pet was always a little weaker than you. But if you knew like a high level magician, you could just get like the pet, you know, the pet summon equipment, and then your pet would be like a monster. Right? Get, like, the Magician Fire Shield on your pet. I've never heard of this game. It's an old game. It's something that I played back in, like, middle school. And even then, it was out for a while. Like, I think when I started playing, it was, like, the Kingdom of Sky or something? No, Plains of Powers when I started. Evasive is really good for pulling, but you can survive long enough in combat before running out of endurance to maybe kill one mob depending on how big the pull is. 4 to 5 mobs if you're solo, you might kill one mob. With a group, you could probably kill 2 to 3 before running out of endurance. Interesting. But if you go endurance, right, you'd probably want to be a monk, right? Monks were ridiculously good pullers, last I remember. Maybe that and, like, Beast Lords? I don't remember. It's interesting, right? Because it seems like they went from, you know, there was tank, DPS, healer, buffer, and crowd control, right? And pullers. Those are, like, the main things that, you know, responsibilities people had, like, while in a bigger group. Right, you'd have like your enchanters kind of running their like, you know, mana battery-esque things, you know, taking monsters out of fights. Right, you'd have like your monk like, you know, trying to pull things to the party. You know, your buffers and healers are kind of the same. But they also weren't, right? Because if you were a shaman, you weren't expected to like fully heal like a cleric, right? You were there for like, you know, strength buff, stamina buff, charisma buff, you know, chloroplast, right? Like that heal over time, you know, like those kind of things. Basically turns someone into like a superhero. And then you got your Templar that's like, I'm gonna increase your maximum health and keep you healed with my plate armor. Monks are great pullers right now, yeah. 4 players max groups, 8 players max raids. Interesting. I'm playing Wiz, Beast Lord, Zerker right now, and it's super good DPS, but squishy as fuck. Yeah. So you could go into like a tank stance with your classes. But also have a wizard, cleric, enchanter. I think that would be pretty good. Druid, shaman got some new stuff that gives them really strong healing starting around level 4. See, I never cared for druids too much. Like, I thought, like, my one friend, like, loved druids. You know, he's like, you could have, like, a scimitar, and you know, I remember when he was so proud, because, like, he's, like, level 30-something, right? And he's like, I got Spirit of Wolf. I was a barbarian shaman. I'm like, man, please. I got that at, like, level 4, level 5. I got Spirit of Wolf, maybe 7 at max. You know, I'm like, all the spells that he was so excited for, I'm like, I already got that, man. Like, How do you think you've been running faster this whole time? What, you're happy that you finally got a buff that doesn't even last as long as mine does? Like, yours lasts, you know, what, like 12 minutes? Mine lasts 42 minutes. Yeah, there you go. And it takes a lot of your mana pool. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Druid Wizard for ports, they become what are called rituals, and you can use them on all your loadouts. Interesting. Oh, so you're talking about, like, if I level up a druid, I can still use their teleportation through a ritual system? Even though I'm not a druid at the time, like, right? I could be like a shaman, a wizard, and enchanter, or something like that. But because I have a druid that leveled up, like, as one of my subclasses, I could use them. I guess, you know, cut wizard add-on, right? Yes. Interesting. You are piquing my interest. Now, I will ask you this, and it does matter, but it also may not matter as much. Are they really hell-bent on the terrible graphics? Like, is that what they're leaning into with this? Are there any promises of at least being able to set, like, how the graphics look on live now? You know, like, is there an option? This is very, very nice so far, but lots of new stuff to get used to. Sadly, yes. Yes, sadly. It's hard looking at, you know, 1999 graphics when it's 2026. You know, it's I would say it's a stretch with the new graphics. Like, it makes it a little better. Never going to give us Lucklin models, but I'm hoping they get pressured by the community to bend to that. I don't get it. Like, are they aware that their community has been bleeding out for, like, a couple decades? You know, that maybe some of us, you know, old diehard EQ fans want something that looks better. Like, not even Lucklin models. Like, that takes some balls, you know what I mean? Like, to alienate people when it's crap they already figured out. You know what I mean? We're not asking them to be like, you guys need to give us a brand new rendering engine for this EQ game. Just use what you have in live already. Yeah, sadly, the beta numbers were so high, I doubt they will care for a while. Well, we'll see. We'll see where the beta numbers are after a couple months. You know, like, that's one thing, right? Like, we didn't know it would be this much. Well, you know, what is it in the grand scheme of things? I would be interested to see the numbers, like, now, and then see what things look like before, because that's what they always do. You know what I mean? That's like they're surprised that they got water on them because they stepped outside in rain. You know what I mean? Like, Let's see who stays out in the rain. I would be interested in that. I mean, that's how they still do the progression servers, right? That's what they're like known for now. We're opening up a new EQ2 progression server. Yep. Same thing you guys did for the past like 8 years since we've been doing it, but now it's called Flippy Darker Paul. You know? Yeah, it's almost like they had a pre-order system, then somehow got surprised. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see what it looks like. I mean, if the gameplay's fun, I just don't know how long those old ass graphics are gonna keep me in the game. You know, I distinctly remember in EverQuest there is an awful lot of downtime. I mean, you're basically, if you're not moving somewhere and you're a caster, you're meditating with your spellbook open, just waiting, getting up, getting a drink. You know what I mean? You're there's a lot of waiting, a lot of repetition. I don't want to be looking at low poly, you know, back of my character's weird shaped head. You know. It's rough. I don't know. I'm interested, but I'm cautiously interested. Okay, I need to hop off for about an hour and a half. I'll be back, then hop in the game. Oh, nice. Well, thanks for stopping by. Good talking with you. Let's try and fix these particles. Let's try. Try to fix these particles. I think I know what I need to do. I know the way. Let's grab this. Let's make a vector 3D. Whoops, 3D. Test position equals. I think I need to take a snapshot of this at the time. And then pass that in. I'm wondering if... Hold on. Let's try this. I don't think I can do it from the system. From the particle system that I'm trying to do this in. I don't think I can send this packet. What I need to do... Try to spawn completed damage particles. Here we go. Set that. And that. Let me cut these out. Let's go back into Transmutation 1. Technically, I need to go into Spell Base. Paste those in. There we go. Let's try this. Let's try this. And this is going to be selected entity. best of luck. All right, then I'm gonna head out to sleep now. Have a good stream, Vice. Good luck with your mod. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you too. Sleep well. Hydrate. Can do. Mmm. Ah, delicious. You have a good night. There we go. Let's, what do I need here? World. This wants player, because it's, I want completed damage particles. Let's try and invoke this from here. Good night, lunatic. Sweet dreams. Let's save and quit. I did just move around some methods. Let's rebuild. I think it's because it is running, when it's running those particles, it's running it for like a whole second. And I think there's something where like velocity is ticking in a specific direction, which is making it look like a beam shooting up. And I don't want that. This needs to be a one-time call. And then I can spawn all the particles that I'll need, give them whatever their set velocities are, right? And I'm thinking for this one, transmutation is a sphere, and then there are some particles that kind of go towards the center. For this one, I want the sphere to just kind of be in the center, and then particles to explode out in that red color. Let me in. Okay. I think it still did something funky. Yeah, so it still had particles. Interesting. Player position, block position, final. Wait a minute. I have an idea. Let's look at our spells. And let's look at Flash Heal. And let's look at it side by side here. So for Flash Heal, what am I doing? I'm getting selected entity based on the ray trace destination, selected entity target, player range. Yep. That would indeed be correct. And then I'm making sure that it's something that is alive. I'm going to be applying damage. This would be applying Flash Heal. Let's do that. That is just a text. I'm not going to tell you that you damaged a creature. I think that's a little redundant. We play the sounds, then we consume mana. So this should mimic the Flash Heal kind of circling green. If everything goes well. And I should just be able to fireball this in. Okay, so that worked. Now we just need to deconstruct this a little bit. So instead of flash heal, I'm going to want to change this to transmutation 1. Where is flash heal? Hydration, bind affinity, ignite, fly. What do we got? Spike shield, blink, surface, set. Here we go. Flash heal. Oh, Project Miku, hey, thanks for the follow. Hi, cool to see you, man. Your Rust Magic mod is amazing. Hey, I'm glad you like it. We are currently trying to, we're changing transmutation. I got some feedback where it feels like magic doesn't, there's like a, I guess, a magic feeling drought before you actually start to get grimoires and everything. So we're making it to where you'll have a damaging magic ability. Like it's going to be a quick cast. It's piggybacking off a transmutation. You're going to be able to, cast transmutation normal on a block, or if you target an entity, it's going to do damage. It's like that. So we are currently trying to create some particles that go along with it. These hitboxes are so weird. See, now it's not doing it. Interesting. It's not doing it, and it should be doing it. Let's make sure that it is triggering transmutation. Let's go back into... Okay, let's just merge all this together. I'm going to get rid of that if statement. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Go back into the transmutation spell effect. Instead of flash heal, this is going to be transmutation 1. Oh, and for flash heal, I did it wrong. That should be flash heal. There we go. Oh, you know what? It's not gonna play because those are not living things. Is this thing really going through walls? Oh, cool. Hey, why don't you go back in the hole? My wand broke. Wand. Yeah, I participated in Discord chat for this. Real cool to see you work on that. Yeah, that's kind of what I normally do. Here, let's use a bone wand. It's got a little more durability. Yeah, if someone's got a good idea, like pretty much next stream, I start to implement it. Or at least talk about things, right? Sometimes it's like, well, how would we do this? Did you notice it also did the transmutation like completion pulse too? Temporal touch. I don't want it to do both. Let me see here. Armor references dot logger. I need to make sure. I will say transmutation on block. And this will be on entity. Oh, but this is the other part of it too, right? So only if it's alive. Let's change this a little bit. There we go. Let's do that. So if it's alive, it will do the damage, right? But if it's dead, I still want you to see things that tell you the spell's complete. And that's going to include the particles. So that means doing it to this dead pig. It's not really doing it still. See, that's what I would expect. Oh, wait. These particles, they self-terminate if the entity is dead. I may have to expand this a little bit. So world, selected entity position, the entity ID. What if I may be able to spoof this a little bit? What if instead of the selected entity ID, I do player dot entity ID? What if I use the player's ID as the keep alive? Oh, it puts it on yourself. That's right, because it's we don't want that. Okay, my bad. So maybe this doesn't matter as much. So this is part of spell base. Protected. Let's try this. Let's do selected entity dot position dot XYZ as a vector 3D. I want to see the difference between calling this method and doing this. You know, sending the one-time packet. That is what I would expect, right? There were no crazy particles. Oh, there were still crazy particles. So it's doing a combination of things. I think it's better if I don't send the packet. I don't think there's really a need to send the packet. So we just have some, like, errant particles here. So I'm getting a selected entity target position. Let's turn this into a vector 3D. New position. I'm going to take a snapshot of it as a variable, then we're just going to put that in. And then in here, we're going to pipe it through target position. I think... Let me try and get rid of the inner damage. Oh, I wonder if it's a cumulative here. It goes through this method, and then by the time it goes through this one, it changed the, like, the motion or the position of the particles. No. Let me change these random values here. Because I want the damage particles to be reddish. Aha! Just see that? So the particles that are running away are kind of red, but I'm still getting completion particles for regular transmutation. Why? Why? So it got into here. It's not triggering this at all. Oh, you know what? These particles are probably from the wand itself. Crap, I think I have particles embedded in the wand. If that's the case, let's get rid of these. Let me add a summary to this. To be removed, I'll say like core logic for particles may exist on wand item and is triggered on stop method. Just so I keep this in mind. Hey Husky, how you doing? We're trying to do some big brain things here. It's not working out too well. My past Vice messed up the particle system, that loser. Alright, so basic wand. What would this be? Probably keyword of sphere, no. Keyword of try, no. So it's applying damage modifiers, getting remaining time, checking availability, unheld interaction. This doesn't feel right. This is a gutted out version. Oh, this is the old Proto Wand system. Wait, it's not that. Let me look to see what the current wands are. Tools. Are they called Proto Wands in the back? Tool Proto Wand. All right, so tool. Yeah, so it's Tool Proto Wand, not what I pulled up here. Basic wand is the old one. I think Magician's Brick still runs through that. So let's go under Tool Proto Wand. Yeah, all right. Now let's look for sphere. There we go. Stuff that I would expect to see. Those are all the old methods. That's it right there, where I'm trying to invoke outer shells. So on interact stop. This is what I need to do. Let's look for transmutation 1. I think I may need to add this ray trace destination information. Whoops. And for this, it's gonna have to be the range of, let's do rustbound magic dot spell, where is it? Full spell dictionary. Let's look at spell names dot transmutation 1 dot 2 string. dot range, right? So if you change the config on this, I do want to get like the registered range for this spell. I guess we could look at this from a different point of view as well. I could do Rustbound Magic dot config spell dot transmutation 1 base range. I could do that too. That way I'm not looking it up in the dictionary, I'm just pulling it right from the config, because the config's putting it in the dictionary anyways. Doing all right. Saw you have hoppers going to the obelisk. Is that working again? Yep. There was a problem where it was a specific method on inventory open. It restricted things if you were not in creative for whatever reason when it opened up the GUI. It kind of like locked it up until you would open up the GUI in creative. But if you were in survival, it made it to where it locked up that that item slot. So that's fixed. That's going to be in the next update here. Copy. Let's throw this all the way at the very bottom. Now I could say if selected entity does not equal null, right? So you actually are targeting something. Do this, else. And I'll do a copy, paste. And you know what? Let's just get rid of that, right? So for this, I'm going to want red to be the dominant thing, right? So we'll do like 170 and we'll increase the range there. For this, for green, let's make it like 20. For blue, let's make it 40 with a variation of 20 between each. So it should give me a red shell now, right? So let's make it daytime. Transmutation 1. This should look the same, and it does. Now if I do it on a creature, still not quite right. It is Transmutation 1 that I'm casting, right? So that's with Serenity. Yeah, it is Transmutation 1. Let's see. I can get rid of that in here. Everything's triggering correctly here. Let's go back to the Proto Wand. And let's see if it actually is getting to block here. Oh, snap. No, I know why I didn't change color, because I need to set red, green, blue again. And then I need to have that equal test, because I'm putting test in that way. Okay. I gotta add that to the int array. So I was updating the variables, I just wasn't updating the array that I was using. Okay, this should work better. Maybe. There. Nope. Still a no-go, huh? And it is going into here. Awesome, now I can set it up for my low-level mage friends who aren't immune to rust sickness. Nice. Oh, did you see what I'm adding in the next update too? We still need to work on it. We'll actually be working on it after I get this done. We got the new block here. It is the Essence Nexus. So this is connected to that Essence Nexus. If you pull out an Essence Lacrima and put it in, it updates for you, right? So now it's giving it neutral essence. And if you pull it out, right, the rings are different now. They're a little wider. It stops automatically. You know, if you put the white in, right, like it starts to cook it there, get prismatic. So the idea is this is going to be for higher level mages. It's going to connect to the Arclight Furnace, the Oculus, and the gateways, the three major things. So you no longer have to have your essence generators close by when you're a higher level mage. You'll be able to just connect one of these up to it, have your generators where they are, and just fill your lacrimas. All right, and then like, you know, dynamically swap things out without having to relink things all the time. This was kind of fun to do, and this is going to make things a lot easier, right? Because now you can have your Oculus, and then you could just have, you know, one of these guys like right next to it, right, like that or whatever. You won't have to get rust sickness or anything. You just pop in your lacrima that's charged, and it will just use right from that. For the Oculus, that's awesome. I made the star too far from my portal. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be pretty sweet. All right, see, that's the Oculus core. I still need to. There's some logic that I need to add to get it working with this. We're gonna have to create a gateway and set it up with that as well. But yeah, this block this was a lot of fun to make, and I think it looks pretty good too, right? Like when you put it in, it kind of takes on a different color, right? Different theme. You know, like the particles, the fact that it looks like it's like sitting on there, right? It's pretty cool. If I do say so myself. Yeah, it looks super fancy. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of new blocks, right? You're gonna have these as building blocks. You're gonna have these too, so you can start using like the bigger crystals. You know, I get some ghost crystals, so you can have like different light sources. Yeah, not too shabby. The crystals glow, like all the crystals glow in the dark. I gotta replace these back down. It's weird. The lighting engine's kind of weird. There we go. There's darkness. Right, so everything kind of has like a faint glow now. You guys want to see something funny with the lighting engine? Let me see if I could do it again. We got clouds overhead. Where is it? I think I need to like swap this out. Let's see if I can make it happen again. Oh, you see above me? Just putting something that gives off light in my hand, the freaking volumetric clouds. Like change. Messed up. This has been an issue since volumetric clouds have been in. They messed something up in the lighting engine. We'll see if like purple works here. Oh, no clouds overhead now. But you put like a light source in, and it will mess up the clouds above. It's really weird. I noticed that. Like I think it was like darker. It was kind of like this, and I had it like in my hand. Oh, let's see. Let me pull one up here. And it was like, oh, it still kind of does it. so weird. And it gets worse. Like, if it was the thick white clouds, it's like bright. It's like super bright. Because I was up here and like clouds are overhead, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's that. Look at, like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Little things, the little things we find. Make it daytime. All right, Wolfie. So the fact that it didn't change colors, let's dig a little deeper into here. Am I actually using these colors? Kind of looks like it. Aha! I am not. Oh, Vice. You sad, sad man. There. That should help. Oh, Vice. Oh, my. I bet I'm doing the same thing here. Yeah, same thing. Fucking same thing. Oh, that Vice, so sloppy. So sloppy. It's a demerit. Taking away a gold star. So it's not the same here. But it is the same thing here. Same thing here. Oh my gosh. This guy. And I was gonna reward him with a tasty slow cooked pork chop for lunch. Guess not. Gotta earn it. Let's see, what color is it even? Not seeing anything there. What about this? Whoa, look at those colors, huh? Now it's like purple. So that means these are the colors that I want to pass through. Wait a minute, those are the colors that I was... Oh, wait, yeah. Those were the colors I was passing through. What the heck? I'm gonna do something. This is sloppy. This is very sloppy, what I'm about to do. Very, very sloppy. Everyone look away. If you are a programmer, this isn't happening. This is not happening at all. You have no idea what's happening. Okay. Still nothing happening. tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. Okay, damage tier right there. And let's scroll back to the top here. I'm going to use these. Game's about to be unhappy with what I did. We're just going to shut down, going to rebuild, and hop back in. He still deserves that chop. He has done so much for the VS world. It was actually nice. So I made the mistake of cooking chicken and pork chops together. And by mistake, I mean I had thick inch pork chops. The chicken came out a little dry. But the pork chops, I used my pellet grill for its smoker feature. Oh my god. It took longer, but holy crap. Those are like the juiciest pork chops. They have a nice like smoke ring. Oh my god, they came out so good. They're thick, big beasts too. Alright, let's double check this. Hey, got that color. Double check this. Didn't exactly see what I wanted to see here. Oh no, yeah, it's red. Okay. Yeah. It's a very vivid red. But that's fine. That is a fine. What I can do now let's get rid of these print statements, right? Because it wasn't an issue with like which logic route it's taking here. It's a problem with pushing these variables in to here. Oh, I think it would invert the color, wouldn't it? Red, green, blue to HSV. I think what I need to be doing is putting in RGB, something like that, right? And then we can go back into here. Get rid of that. There we go. So it's not a conversion on a conversion. Come here, buddy. Particles just don't last long. So let's go back to here. Let's get rid of this. Save. This is gonna be red, green, blue. The red doesn't have to be as vivid. Let's make that like 110. Let's drop this to 10 and that to 20. Kind of want this to look a little darker. Interesting. Oh, you know why? I think does the hitbox change here? I think the hitbox changes when it's alive or not, right? Because if I look at it, This is why it's kind of weird. So there's a hitbox here, probably a server hitbox, and this is where the client thinks it is. See, because if I try and target the other hitbox, this is why this game is weird. This is why when people are like, "Oh, the spell's missing," it's because the client and the server see these two positions differently. And it sucks because if the creature was running like a shiver, you'll see it like spreads out, like the hitbox could be over here and then this one's over here. It's just it's annoying. See, that's what I would expect. Let's try to inject a little more color and increase how vivid the reds can be. Nah, it's coming out like a maroon now. Are the higher level transmutes going to do damage too? Yes. They are going to do damage, but it's different. The damage part is not going to be AoE related. It's not going to be AoE. So transmutation, it's going to work the same where if it's doing something for a block position, it doesn't AoE around that block position. If you are targeting an entity, it's going to be a single target point of damage. And the damage numbers are going to be... where are they? So, Tier 1 is going to be the equivalent to the crude bow and flint arrow, so that's going to be 2.5 damage. Tier 2 is going to be equivalent to the copper arrow with a longbow, which is 3.75 damage. The Tier 3 is going to be equivalent to a bronze arrow with a longbow. That's going to be 4.75. And again, if you target... Here, let's pull this up. Equipment. Right? So this is going to be the difference, right? That's what it's going to be like, you know, when you're selecting. Let's propagate this code, actually, so I can show you in real time. Where is it? There we go. Transmutation 2 and Transmutation 3. Let's pull out Transmutation 1. Here's 2. Minimize. There we go. So 2 and 3. First thing we are going to need is damage. This will be for 3. This will be for 2. I'll do the damage numbers before. Oh, I'm going to have to inject some stuff in the spell config so people can change it. EQ had really weird hitboxes for most of its early life too. Like having to loot the giant's toes, yeah. Cool, I was worried the AoE was going to be overpowered. Nope. It's gonna be enough, right? It's a very low mana spell. But it's gonna give your wands a little more utility. It's gonna feel a lot better in Tier 1 when you have, like, no grimoires, really. And you're still kind of coming it to your own, right? You could defend yourself with your wand now. So you could feel like a mage that's actually doing something instead of pretending. Pretender! And what I'm gonna want to do is paste this in here. And I can clean these up. Same thing here. There we go. All right. Next step down. I can delete all of that. Delete all of that. And I can get rid of all of that. I'll leave a little space because I may end up adding more. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of all of this. Clean it up a little bit. Change that to a 2. I can get rid of that. So that's what I'm gonna want. Copy, paste. And then this will trigger the tier 3 mana base cost for the stations. We're gonna save and quit. I've got to restart. Build. All right, start again. This will be nice for me. I play Alteration Heavy, and I have no damage spells, so the wand thing is very welcome for me. Nice. Yeah, me too. I play Conjuration for all the support spells, so damage spells are not available. Yeah, Conjuration you don't really have. You have like the trap spell, right? The explosion room. Oh, and I don't know if you guys saw the other stuff that I'm adding this update. I will show you. So now, you'll notice there's this part. When you put something down to research, it tells you all the potential spells you can discover for whatever that cipher is. That also means if you put in like the really specific ones, it will tell you exactly what spells, right, that you can find. And the way you make these is different. So if you're a Conjuration Mage, you're basically gonna put on your attunement core for Conjuration, and then put down like one of the blank things, and then put magic chalk on it like you normally would, and it will automatically create like the Conjuration specific version of that spell scroll for you. And then you could just throw it in here, right, and see like, does it get me a spell? You know, like, are the odds better, right? If I was looking for Corpse Explosion, you know, this particular one, right? The Umbral spell Cipher of Evocation is what I'm gonna want, right? So I can turn a 50-50 chance and not have it look like this, right? Where, you know, a Corpse Explosion happens to be in. So spell research is gonna be a little more intuitive. This update's gonna be a pretty big one. All right, so like I was saying before, right? So this is, you know, what you guys are used to, right? But then if you target it on a creature, right, it becomes like a single target damage. Here we go. And what I also need to do is in the Proto Wand, we gotta fix this a little bit. Get rid of that. Copy. Paste. Since I'm not using this at all... Oh, I am. I am. Let me get rid of radius. Get rid of that. And that's going to go with that. That's going to go with that. Copy. Paste. This is going to be tier 2. Tier 2. You know, I could just copy these out. Paste them in there. And then I can get rid of that to clean it up. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. There we go. So that should preserve everything, kind of clean things up a bit. So this should affect transmutation 1, 2, and 3. So transmutation 3, this is what it's going to be like regular, which is fine. If you target a creature, it's just going to be that specific, you know, particles kind of going in, right? The darker ones. Now we're going to have to come up with a good color for it. I'm thinking maybe some blacks in there. Yeah, looks like a pretty big update, full of very good addition and quality of life stuff. Yeah. Has there been any movement on the attunement rituals that give you buffs for specific essence types? Not yet, but it is on the list. Definitely on the list for things to do. I was going to do that, and then someone suggested what is now the Essence Nexus. And I'm like, that sounds like a better use of time in the short term. But yeah, I still want, you know, the wide scale rituals. You know, where it puts like it's going to be like a buff, but it's going to be kind of like a permanent buff. It's like a secondary class, right? Where you can attune to an essence type to gain benefits. And then if you want to drop it at any time, you can, you know, there'll be a way for you to erase that blessing or whatever I call them. Blessing may be good name for it. All right. So I need a better color. What if I do something like 120 and I make that 20? Oops, zero these out and give them like randoms, right? A random of 50. I want to see what this looks like. Oh, you know what? I could be testing all this stuff. Hold on. Let's go into the spell. Yeah, right here. Right, so that was 20. That would be 0. That would be 0. Then this would be 120. Then 50, then 50. There we go. That way I can see it in real time. Mario. Ooh, look at that. You got some like dark purples and stuff in there. Feels very, like, chaotic, though. What if I took green, like, completely out of the picture? Ah, there we go. We got purples. We got some dark colors, which could be... Yeah, look at that. We got purples. We got various reds. I kind of like that more, but maybe it needs to be a little brighter. Let's just bump that up to a 50. I mean, I guess it doesn't look that bad. What if I only added 20 to that random? Maybe a 1 there. Just for a little something, right? A little binary. Yeah, see, that definitely makes it more red. I think that's more what I was going for, right? Like the purples and stuff. Because like this is all kind of one solid type of color, right? It's cyan. You got some lighter versions of it. All right, some more vivid. This one's going to be kind of like a darker. You know what I also need to do? Let's set the vertex flags for this to be higher. I want these to be seen at night. A lot easier, right? Completion sphere. Let's try these. Right, so now if it's dark, that looks better. There we go. Yeah, so in pitch black, right, you can now see the particles. I like it. Which also means the reds will show up differently as well. Here, let's see, let's go in the pit of darkness here. Right, so even though it's dark, I can still see the red particles. That way, if you're in complete darkness in a cave, I will be nice to let you see the target, right? He's so generous! Let's go back to the proto wand. Let's go back to here. I'm gonna have to change it here. Let's make these brighter as well. And then let's make that brighter. All 3 shells are going to need to be brighter. There we go. Now for the stationary particles. There we go. Save. That looks good. Let's look at it this way. So you're in complete darkness. We could see the particles. Look at that. That's better, huh? Feels more magic. So you guys can see the particles at night now. Quicker Loper, hey, yo, amazing to see you working on the mod. What are you working on right now? We are working on, well, right now it's particles and darkness for transmutation and stuff. This next update does have a bunch of stuff too. I did this kind of particle work for like everything else. Like here, as you can see, it's complete darkness, right? And I can see all the particles there and all the particles in the air. It used to not be like that. A lot of things now have glow, like this is one of the Essence Lacrimas at night. You know, so I'm trying to, you know, this is the new Spellforge. So we're just kind of, you know, just working on random things. Let's make it daytime. That hitbox is so weird. Okay, I think... Oh, and right now we are working on transmutation being able to damage creatures. That's what we're specifically working on now. And I think we got particles here, so that is going to be the color pattern. Little dark, little red, right? So you'll be able to see the difference. Maybe it needs to be a little brighter. What do you guys think? Maybe like a brighter red by a little bit? Let's try it. Make it a little brighter. Let's bump it up to like maybe 80. Okay, I like that more. So I'm keeping some of the darks, but the higher end, right? Like it's still some of the, because this is like super bright. But then you got that, right? I think that's solid. These are my colors. So let's move transmutation out here. And paste. Paste. There we go. Put the randoms in. Okay. So now it should be the same for each wand. Yep. That same kind of red. Woohoo! Now let's go into the Proto Wand. And specifically, let's look at this. This is going to be 80. 120. 0. 1. And the blue is going to be 20 with a 40 random. Same thing there. Same thing there. All right, that looks good. All right, I just got to test each type of wand. Here's our tier 2 wand. So tier 1, particles look good. That looks good. Tier 2, slightly bigger, looks good. Good. Tier 3, slightly bigger. Looks good. All right, now for creatures. That's a good red. That wasn't. Well, at least it's all consistent. What am I doing here? It's coming out a different color. I don't know why it's coming out a different color. Where's my stream stuff? Uh-oh. One of these windows. Subakai, hey, thanks for the follow. wonder why the color's different. I don't know. I don't know. Very interesting. All right. Let's go to transmutation 1. What if I make it like stupid red? Hot reload. Oh wait, transmutation 1. Couldn't see those particles. Okay, I guess that's good. I mean, it just looks like a weird color sometimes. That is not, it's not what I wanted. Oh wait, that's way outside the scope here. Let's do 50. I wonder if it's just because I don't know. Hair in my mouth. There we go. Goddamn hair. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. Got it. I feel bad. All right, let's just get revive. Here we go. Spell scroll. Bam. Brought the target back to life. All right. Sit tight, buddy. Oh, I didn't heal him. All right, let's bring you back to life. Hold on, let me get flash heal. There we go. Oh, this is that stupid thing that happens in 1.22 now. Where for some reason, like, collectible returns a null for whatever dumb, stupid, dumb reason. Arclight Furnace. Alright, so for this... Copy. Actually, I just need to pass that in. And there we go. So that should fix that. You know what I kind of like? I kind of like the explosion out. Let's look at flash heal. Which is this part right here. Let's go into transmutation 1. There we go. Maybe that's what I want to do instead. Revive, heal, slowly damage to death. That poor wolf's life is torture. Yeah. Never said magic was easy and clean. You have a hand in this too. You're watching me do it. This is more on you than it is me. Here, I'm gonna create a smaller radius. I am going to make this a very vivid red. We're going to do something like this. Oh, that's cool. All right. I like it. Let's make it like 35. And I don't like the full range here. I'm gonna cut back on the other colors. And now I have two different things going, right? So let's go back to the wand. Where to go? No. No. That's transmutation. I could put that in that window. Here we go, proto wand. For now, let's just clear that out. Let's clear that out. Transmutation 1. Okay, I like it. That's the one, guys. Beautiful. It looks like it hurts. It hurts. Alright, max loot finished. True, final position. Red, green, blue, red, green, blue. So I'm going to lower this down to like 30. I think the colors are still pretty solid. Okay, that's better. It doesn't need to be super... it does. Let's do that. It doesn't need to be like crazy vivid red. Oh, you're dead. Oh, that's cool. I could still do it on a dead body. We're good. Right, so I got a lot of oranges in there. Do I like the orange, though? I mean, what if I do something like this? Make that 200. Maybe something like this. There we go. Nope. I don't like that. Maybe I don't need as much. Here, we'll do that. Okay, that's what I would want. More of the reds, more of the blacks. Same thing as like when you channel it. An explosion of pain. And let's cut the particles in half. Let's decrease the initial sphere as well. That looks better. All right. Wake up. Here's a heal. Whoa. There we go. Looks good. Looks fantastic. If I do say so myself. And I do. So let me clean some of this stuff up. Copy. Paste. Paste. There we go. So that should be the same for transmutation 1, 2, and 3. We have to go back into the proto wand. Okay, you know what? Just dock it right there. There we go. Which means all of this can go away. Unless I want to do something special with the particles for now. Whoops. I will get rid of this stuff. All right, transmutation 2, right? So again, bigger looks great when you target it on a creature. Made a howl in pain. Bigger transmutation, but single target. Bam. Not bad for a 2-second cast. Boop. All right. There it is. All right. There you go. Heal. There we go. How's he cheating? So I think that is that's the new ability for transmutation. It now also does single target damage. Oh, but I need to we gotta modify the spell. See, it's giving me mana cost and cast time. I need something in here for damage underneath cast time. So I can get rid of those. Here we go. So we have, for full dictionary, transmutation 1. I'm going to need to add something down here, and it needs to be spell 1 dot damage. Instead of cast time. It's going to be that. Let's copy. Fireball. There we go. So instead of S, I need to... There we go. Damage 2.5. Let me see what I'm doing with other things. So I never put negatives on my stuff. I think the game does. Right, if I look at like a spear. No, nope, it's not like just negative anymore. It's it says damage. So I think mine makes sense, right? Damage, colon, and then the number. I'm gonna have to add it to the other things, but this is the correct localized formatting. And this is for transmutation 2, that's for transmutation 3. It's going to be just simple spell. That's going to be simple spell. Let's go ahead and stop. That's going to be spell. There we go. Save. Build. I want some pork chops. Oh, let me check the weather too. I think we're supposed to be getting thunderstorms soon. Maybe that's why my phone freaked out a bit. It was trying to warn me. Wee woo, wee woo. Thunderstorms likely to start in the next few hours. Tell me more. Yeah, looks like about an hour. Thunderstorms, oh no! Alright, buddy. Oh, wait, that's not what I want to check. Damage, damage, and damage. Perfect. Let's go into the spells. Actually, let's go into references. Here we go. I need to create a couple constants. Call it damage. It's going to be 3. That's going to be 2. So it was suggested that this would be 2.5 damage. This would be 3.75. And this would be 4.75. That way it's in line with bow and arrows. And now let's open up transmutation 1, 2, and 3. Copy. And this would be Armor references dot. Copy. Paste, that's going to be for tier 2. Paste, that's going to be tier 3. We're going to have to shut down. Quit. Save. Build. Do-do-do. Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Let's see, and how much time do I have? I've been live streaming for a couple hours. Oh boy, do we have time to start looking at the Nexus, the Essence Nexus? The connections with the Oculus and... See, the problem is, testing with the Oculus is kind of a pain, because I have to, like, throw all the correct ingredients in, like, it takes time. I did want to make something where when it's crafting something, if you throw this item in, it just goes, it skips past everything and goes right to where it wants a specific essence type. Like an admin-only kind of item. I've been thinking about making that. Let's make a gateway. There we go. That needs to be a chiseled block. There we go. Let's put this down right here. Let's grab one of these and put it right next door. Link those together. Link those together. Same thing here. Link those together. Let's get a keystone. Burr. So that side, let's get some stairs. There. That's technically all I need. Yeah, and it looks like the new embedded blocks definitely work. You can make them look fancier. Right, so that sees its gateway pedestal. But I didn't put all the information in for that yet. So it does not detect it like it does here. So that is the first thing we're gonna have to do. Let's make this full screen. And before I do anything else, let's save and quit, because I don't want to have to rebuild any of this stuff. Lock entity. Station. So it's going to be the gateway core and the Oculus core. I also need to look at the furnace. And in the block info section, I need to copy this. Scroll down to my block info section. Paste that in there. There we go. Paste that in there. Oh, that's different. It's not what I wanted. Do I have something collapsed? I think I have something collapsed in here. Let's look for Essence Nexus. There we... no, that's... Oh, it's because of this. Oh, okay, I see, I see. It's that part there. So I never brought this over to the new system. This is the old way of parsing it out. Copy. Okay, so that's the pedestal. All right. So what I need to do is copy this, paste this in, copy this helper method, paste it down there. It's going to have some duplicate info, but it's going to be a similar thing here. Oh, I already have that method, but I'm not using it. Oh, Vice. You lazy bastard. And it's an outdated one too. It's not formatted correctly anyways. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's save. We'll hop back in the game. Oh. So this is going to be unhappy. That's fine. I'll just delete that out. Save. That's fine. Make sure we build. All right, that's good. Start again. Load. Looking good. All right. There we go. There's the Essence Nexus. In the right format. I can get rid of all of this for now, right? Because none of that needs to be called with this anymore. And I have an idea. I think I can do this. This becomes that. Oh, wait. There we go. Because I'm just getting block positional information, right? So there's the Oculus pedestal with a new format. With its position information, there's the Nexus, so it detects the Nexus there. Now I got to do the same thing here, which is going to be pretty simple. Get rid of the old stuff. This is going to be gateway pedestal. Copy, paste, and that means that this is now obsolete. There we go. Oh, same thing. Wait. Block entity display read only. This is a game crash. So it looks like the VS team needs to put a safety check in here for their method. And have a backup plan if collectible is ever null. Tisk, tisk, tisk. There we go. There we go. New format. Looks good. But that's only part of this. And then from the other side, right, I can see the gateway core. I can see the Oculus core. Like that, I can see the ArcLight furnace. So it's parsing out the block position data correctly, which is great. Now I need to actually get this to work. I'm going to have to add some extra code in here, like a branching decision tree. I need to create a new item, a new admin-only item, potentially. Maybe not. Maybe I don't need to create a new item. I can just use an existing one. Maybe if you throw a pocket sun, either that or the debug block. One of these two items. So basically you would throw a cipher in to start synthesis, and then you'd be able to throw this item in, and it would skip all the extra stuff. Because I think, yeah, the Pocket Sun is an admin-only item. But so is my debug block. Maybe I'll make it the debug block. So, I need to... I gotta think about this. I think it's in here. So, if you throw a cipher in, I'm going to start the creation process, and then this is everything after that, right? If it's considered on, I'm going to intercept it here. I'm going to say if this dot ingredient items maybe we could just do like a remove all. Wait, how would I use remove all? String asset, location. So does it actually need something in there? Damn it. I think it actually needs something in here. I gotta look up how to actually use this. I don't think I've ever tried a remove all. There's no argument given that corresponds to the required parameter predicate of dict extensions dot remove all. So is it telling me that it wants something like this, right? String and asset location. Yeah, so it doesn't want that. I'm gonna look this up here. Google Chrome. And this is specifically a dictionary. Dictionary, remove all C#. Oh wait, it wouldn't be remove all, it'd be clear. Ha! That I know. I could have done that. Clear, right? So let's do a deep dive here. Ingredient is what I want. Ingredient code dot path equals, I called it Z debug to make this an and. Let's look for domain RMR references dot mod ID. So if it's my mod ID plus the debug Z, right? That's what this is. Z debug. Oh, yeah, Z debug, not debug Z. Z debug. I'm going to clear the items and clear the amounts. And then we are going to mark both dirty. Run check, see if too many items consumed. Wrong item counter. Apply wrong item debuff. Run check to see if too many items were consumed. Power status. Okay, so try to apply. I think I need this as well to force it to require essence. So really it's looking like this. All right, let's get a cipher. Doesn't matter. Barrier, sure. Okay, so it wants all of this stuff, right? Just throws it right back out. Oh, and it's disorienting me. Ah! Confusion! Ah, confusion sucks. So that was a no. Let me make sure it even got into here. Our references dot logger. Eight debug block. Oh, I need a return. Because it's going through, yeah. Seeing the wrong item and spitting it back out. All right. Did not work. I did not see this trigger at all. Let me look at my debug block. Maybe I got the name wrong. Block types. ZDebug. Indeed, it is called ZDebug. And the domain is Rustbound Magic. It did not get into there at all. So let's cut this out, paste that in. I'll put a 1 here and a 2 here, and then 3. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. No, it can't be ingredient. It needs to be dot item stack. Crap. I was trying to look to see if the entity itself, yeah, that's not what I want. I want to get the item stack inside the ingredient entity. Okay, let's try that again. Eject. Throw that in. Well, it did it, but Jesus, it just... Oh, you know why? I need the ingredient to die. Server-side ingredient needs to die. I never actually remove it. So we're going to set everything, and then at the end, ingredient die. That's why it was looping through very quickly. So I shouldn't need those anymore. Let's eject everything. Right, so now you throw that in. It has all that. And then you throw that in. There we go. Now it wants transmutation. All right, guys, I just made a debugging shortcut. Yeah! Ugh. Cipher barrier! So now, if I put that in, now I can start working on this logic. Because it's going to have to take 750 essence out of here. Let's just see what it does. I don't think it's going to do anything. Nice. Hey, Elder, you're back. Good old hydrate. Yeah. See, it's not taking anything out. So I am going to add a comment here. Uses the mods debug block to skip all ingredient needed in synthesis. Oh. There we go. So I can close that out now. I need to go into the Oculus. And I need the method where, here we go, run Oculus, create specific grimoire. So I need a whole nother subsection here. Run Oculus pedestal crafting, consume essence. In Lower Gook, with the crew, yeah. I'll have to watch people play the EverQuest Legends. It just sucks that it looks so terrible. EverQuest Legends. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. You know what? Watch trailer. That music! Full send it! Time to slay Dargan! Froglocks are back! Yes, I can't wait. Look forward to this. Oh, they have the same 50 people in their community. I don't know, man. I love EverQuest. I don't know. I need to watch someone play it, I think. I need to watch someone play it. Hold on, how much is this gonna cost? Wait, pre-order. So they want to charge me $20 and then $10 a month. And they can't even give me Luckland models? Can't even give me Luckland models? Come on! When will it be released? July 28th. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to see how it plays, you know? Like, I gotta get excited about the systems. Because I don't think I can get excited about those models. I don't know. I will be periodically asking you about it, Oder. I'll ask. Let me copy and paste this. Pop a divider there. Everywhere you see BE Devouring Void, change it to BE Essence Nexus. Are you enjoying? Do you see yourself playing that for the long term, Oder? Do you see this as like better than Project Gorgon and, you know, Pantheon? You know, like, is this a better experience than like some of the private servers? Like, where does this rate for you right now? To make this Devouring Void Nexus. There we go. That should only be 2. Yeah. When you're playing, it doesn't matter as much as I hate old models. Well, it matters to some of us. Like, I think Project Gorgon looks nice, right? That Pantheon game, what, Rise of the Fallen or whatever. That one looked pretty nice. Embers Adrift, right? That's another EQ1 kind of mock-up. Graphics look okay in that too. So, what I need to do here and let's do BE Essence Nexus dot current linked essence provider equals Hold on. What enum is it? That. So if it wants Dark Essence and it's dark, right? It's got a dark lacrima. Then you can continue. If it's light. Light. Neutral. Neutral. Or if this equals anything and I think we got it. Neutral, light. There we go. Right? Or if it requires anything and the essence provider, the Nexus, has a neutral, light, or dark, right? So it has some kind of lacrima in it. Then we can do this. I think I also... Actually, that may be all I need to do. Yeah, there we go. But it did not subtract from here. Let's verify. We're going to reload. Gameplay on Pantheon sucks right now, though. Yeah. I heard Pantheon's not good. I heard Embers Adrift is better, but it's still not great. Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Recent reviews mostly negative. Uh-oh. Poor Pantheon. Let's look at Embers Adrift. At least that one's mixed. Hey guys, it's on sale for $4.99. No cash shops. See, like, this is what I would expect, right? Like, graphics like this. That with, like, the EverQuest mechanics, you got me. Shut up and take my money. You know what? Take these graphics and then put the current EverQuest particles on them. Done. Dunzo. Let's look at Project Gorgon. See, that's what I would expect. Mostly positive, very positive. I do like this game. Looking at this kind of makes me want to play it, honestly. It snows in the game? They put weather in the game? They put weather in this game? How long has it been? It's been so long since I played. Oh. Behind the times. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Yeah, so it didn't consume anything. All right. Oh, let's grab A handful of these, and let's get some ciphers. Oh, wait, I don't want those. Let's get a bunch of growth, right? So I'll throw that in, throw that in. Okay. Nexus amount. This needs to change. I'll just say removed. Let's do BE essence nexus dot update stored essence on Lacrima. I'm gonna have to use the new method that I made. That would be nexus amount. Oh, 1 second. I got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Let's see, what else needs to change? These are running calculations. Wait, anchor amount. BE anchor. What the frick is the anchor? Oh, okay. It's that. Yep. Then spell creation. Paste that in there. Paste that there. That there. Okay, so this should do it. So 50,000, it wants 250. Transmutation 1. It ate it all. Zeroed it right out. All 50,000 essence. Dude. That ain't right. That ain't right. Why? Let's take a look here. Fucking ate it all, man. Holy crap. Let me just reload here and make sure it actually ate it all. Oh my god. Problemo. While that loads, I'm going to pull up Twitch, see who is playing what. Maybe we'll raid Puppy. Wasteland Puppy. There we go. I'm gonna grab another 50,000 one. We're just gonna, oops, we're just gonna drop it right there, pop it in. I just want to double check now, right? Fucking zeroed it right out. Yeah, so there's something fishy going on. Something indeed fishy. Huh. Huh. So it should be in here. Oh, you know what? This get stored essence amount, I think, needs to change. Oh, wait a minute. The required essence amount. Hold on. I think this math is wrong. Because it would be that minus that. But if this is coming up empty. Do I need any of this from anchor amount? Maybe I don't need essence amount or anchor amount. I wonder if it needs to be the anchor amount. All right, I'm gonna try this, and then we will be rating Puppy. Cyborged. Okay, let's try it. Insufficient mana, what? Let's make it daytime. That should be enough. There we go. Transmutation 1. All right, I'm going to have to get more print statements in here. Yeah, because it's definitely not doing what I would expect it to. Unless it's that. The required essence amount. Let's try that. Nah, still not. All right, guys. Well, we got a majority of the work done here. Really, it's just kind of threading the needle with this. I'm going to undo what I did, right? We'll put the essence amount back to there. I just want to make sure we are good here. Yep. Okay, so still 50,000. Still good. Leave room. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Made a lot of progress. Transmutation is now a damaging spell. There's no config for it, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry to say this. Next update, I'm going to have to reset the spell config. If you guys want to be able to change those damage numbers, I'm going to have to modify the packet I send. It means that the next update, if you customized all of your spells, you're going to have to make a copy of your config, your backups. It sucks, but that's where we're at. I haven't had to do this in a long time, but yeah, that's that. Let's see you next time. Message me on Discord if you pick up EQ. I will. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.